Всем привет, ladies and gentlemen. Добро пожаловать to another match day of the Russian Premier League. Zenit St. Petersburg were away at Khimki on their stadium for another big match day. Like I've said before on countless occasions, these are the matches that are the most important. This is all about mentality. It's all about the chemistry because these small clubs, they know that they cannot dominate. So what they do is they work in teams. So they have a big chemistry together and they don't have a specific star player. So these are the clubs that are the most dangerous. So Zenit will be tested and they were gonna come in and Khimki was gonna put all the pressure they can. All about mentality, it was gonna be a war. So here we go, match day reaction. Oh, and before I forget, I have some important news that I want to mention that happened a few days ago with Zenit. I decided that I was just gonna put that news with the match reaction since obviously it was still an important news, but I think it was a good decision to just put that news with the match day reaction since it was gonna be fair and it just wasn't worth it to make a separate video. So here we go. Zenit St. Petersburg have decided to sell permanently transfer player from Zenit, Alexander Kovalenko to Arienburg. It's a here we go. It's official. Now Kovalenko has already started for Arienburg and he has already played for them. So everything is in place and the transfer has been completed a few days ago and Kovalenko is already with Arienburg. Now my reaction to this is it's just ridiculous. I just don't understand. Like I understand why because we do have a lot of star power. I mean, we don't really need Kovalenko on Zenit anymore, but I don't understand why we bought him for such a short term. I don't understand why Zenit does that. Like he's still very very young. Like he turned 21 this year, or I think he's gonna turn 22 if I'm not wrong. I forgot his birth date, but yeah, he's around 21, 22. He might be turning 22 this year, so he's still very very young. He's still a very good young talent, and I just don't understand why you would commit to him if you were gonna sell him. It's like you have to see your project. Like I understand that sometimes clubs make mistakes. It's common. It's common. You buy a player, and the player you're not really happy with his development. But Kovalenko was just doing his thing, and he had like a pretty normal development. Like it wasn't anything out of the ordinary. Yes, I thought maybe he should deserve like more minutes, and more like a bit more development, like more minutes that unfortunately Zenit could not give him. But on the other hand, for Kovalenko and his camp, and especially for Arienburg, it's a perfect transfer. For Kovalenko, with his young age, it's a perfect way to develop more minutes, more starting games, and for Arienburg, which is, in between a very, very strong club, but, also like kind of in the mid-table, a type of club that would go around like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-ish positions, which is not bad, but they always survive. They do well in the Premier League, but it's like they're not going to be in the top four-ish. But they're a very very good club regardless, and they're a club that are scary, and it's a club that you have to be serious against, and you cannot let your guard down. You have to play your game, or else they will make you pay. So it works well for those clubs, and I would say it works well for Zenit as well. I mean, yes, we probably got a good sum of money that we could spend this elsewhere, but I just don't understand why we wasted our time with Kovalenko. It was such a short period of time, but yeah, I just think it was just a big bad scouting from Zenit, just a bit. Like not that badly. Like yes, Kovalenko still produced for us but I still find that it was useless. That if that was about to happen, then um, why not give him like more years? Like why not just keep him as Zenit for a bit more, and or how about just loan him out? You know, like why a fish like a transfer? You know, it's like with Bakayev and Adamov, who are exceptionally fantastic, talented players that I'm a big fan of them. But let's say like we don't have time for them, or we know that we're not able to develop them. Even with Adoevsky, we just loaned them out. So it could have been a good possibility for Zenit and Kovalenko to just loan him out. But I understand the decision, and it is what it is. It's not like the biggest of decision. Like it's not like, oh, like my heart is screwed over, and it's like heartbreaking for me. Like not at this sort, but I'm still very very thankful for Kovalenko and his services that he has provided for Zenit, and I hope that he enjoyed his short time with Zenit, that he got all of his development done, that he had his confidence up, and I just wished very good luck on his career moving forward, and once again thank him for all of his services for Zenit. Very thankful, very good player, very talented. So good luck in his career. Spasiba, my brat. So here we go to the match reaction. The final score ended in a 1-1, and just very disappointing. Our first non-win victory, and we concede as well. Almost could have been a loss, but Andrei Mastavoy is the hero to keep Zenit not loseless, not having a loss. It was really close, but Mastavoy with a beautiful goal, very passionate goal in the 88th minute. 88 minute. Like that was like 2 minutes away from having a loss, So it was a very difficult match. It was kind of almost boring, not the Zenit way, and that was because Maxim Glushenkov got injured, and Wendell was not in the game as well. And long story short, we truly felt the value of the absence of Wendell, and especially Glushenkov, who got injured in the match. We had to fight hard, and we had to keep our mentality up. I will say that I'm happy that Zenit at least got away with a draw, that it's not a loss, but it's still concerning that Glushenkov is just that important, where if he gets injured for a very long time, then we're kind of in a struggle. But I won't be too harsh on my reaction. We did produce a lot of chances, a lot of offensive, a lot of strikes, a lot of shots on goal. We just could not convert. But I'm kind of stressed out a bit that I hope it doesn't go back to how things were, that we have so many shots on goal, but we just cannot score goals, or the goals come very late, or it always ends in a draw. That the same thing that has been happening to Zenit for the last 2 to 3 years, where the production has been terrible and the whole team collapses, or we just the match that we're supposed to win strongly, we just end up either losing them or getting a draw. I know it's just this one match, and Glushenkov, when he'll be back, it'll be things will be back to normal, and obviously with Wendell. But I don't know. I just hope that it's just not the case where we go back to how we were like in the last 2 years, because then that would be very very heartbreaking, and it will be another one of those seasons where I just feel depressed as a Zenit fan. But I've been hearing reports, like I read reports after the match, that Maxim Glushenkov has a fracture in his hand that he requires surgery, so that's not looking too good. He might be out for, I'm thinking, about 3 to 4 weeks, even a month, depending on his recovery and how long it takes for him. I mean, we all wish him the best of recovery, and his health is the most important. But for now, Zenit, now they have to focus on their mentality. They have to focus on the talent that they have. We have talent. Like, it's just not acceptable that we have to rely on a player who's still new. Like, how can Glushenkov, who just signed with us, is his first season that we rely so heavily on that player alone? You know, we have so many good talent, but I don't know. Casilla needs to be back to his prime. I mean, usually he does very, very good. I mean, I'm not stressed about Casilla, but he needs to wake up now. I mean, today he should have scored like 2 or 3 goals and given us the victory. But let's see. Let's just focus on. And we have a lot, a lot to answer here. A lot of question for Zenit. The biggest question will be in the following weeks. How long his injury will be? When will he be back on the pitch? And the most important question is, how will Zenit adapt to this injury? How will they have their mentality? Who will step up in the shoes of Glushenkov? And unfortunately for it could be, I mean, we still have some chance if it's like a short period injury, then Glushenkov's 50 goal campaign will still be on. But if it's like 3 4 weeks, a month, or months, then impossible, because he needs those games, and it's not like he's gonna be scoring 5 goals every match. I mean, we're all professionals here. It's possible to score hat tricks every other game. I mean, he could turn into Messi or Ronaldo, but it's difficult. You know, they're all professionals, and Glushenkov still needs development as well. I mean, he's still very, very young, but I could still see him score like 30 goals, 40 goals, even like kind of reach 40 goals ish, like score like 30, 34, 35 ish. It all depends on his injury now. And it's really unfortunate. Like, everything was going so well, everything was fantastic. We were rolling, we were dominating, and now with his injury, kind of took the squad back and gave us a big major setback. And now we have to bounce back. We have to show why we're champions. That's the way it's done. Champions always find a way out of any difficult situation. So I do believe in Zenit. I do believe that we have enough talent that we will fix this problem, and we just hope a fast recovery to Glushenkov. And now we just have to focus on our campaign, focus on our season, and just keep winning. We will. I believe in victory. Like I said before, I still believe in the squad. I still believe that we are gonna dominate. It was just that, like, today, I think the squad was kind of shaked up because, you know, they were expecting Glushenkov to dominate once again, and then once they got injured, they were like, oh, like, now we have to, you know, rely on other players. So then Mastavoy stepped up big and scored a beautiful, passionate goal, and gave us a big, strong draw. So let's just keep on pushing. Slava Zenit. Spasiba to all for watching my video. I wish you all a good day. Take care, everybody. До свидания.